We are in a war here. Re batla ho rescue our country here. Our country is going down the drain. Our country is being destroyed. Where are men and women of this country to stand up and defend your own country? No one is going to come from America. No one is going to come from Britain to come and liberate you. You are your own liberators. You must take your own position in the struggle for freedom. We want all of you, the youth, to be employed in this municipality, because they go around as far as Wheatbank, as far as Nelspruit, bayoqasha abantu ukuthi baze la bazosebenza la, whereas the youth of this place are unemployed. So all of these mines who are here, all of these farms that are here must employ everybody that comes from here, because we want to defeat poverty and unemployment. Comrades, you will never fight crime as long as our people are unemployed. You will never fight drugs and alcohol abuse as long as our people are unemployed. So re batla hore kaofela ba chaba mo ba kreye mesebetsi, ba sebetse ko masipaleng, ene ha ba yo sebetsa ko masipaleng a re batle ba robale le makhanselara hore ba thole mesebetsi ka ko masipaleng. Asifuni le ndaba ya dunusa uthole umsebenzi. We want you to be employed according to your qualification. All of you who have gone to school, including those who have not gone to school, you will get jobs according to your qualification. Comrades, they are old people who are sitting here. They have applied for RDP houses from 1997 until today. Because RDP houses under ANC, they've got eyes. When you don't have a relative in a municipality, are we told indlu? Mautu ufuna indlu, bafuna ulala nawe before bawunikeze indlu. So that issue must come to an end. The Council of the EFF, please go and demand that the municipality must make the RDP houses list public, so that if you are number one, you must know you are number one, and if Malema is number two, we must all know that number one is Sidibe, number two is Malema. If Malema gets an RDP house before Sidibe, kanjani, because Malema was number two and Sidibe was number one. But because we don't have the list, that's why they are able to rob us. Let the list of the RDP houses all over South Africa be published in a government gazette, in the newspapers, in the social media, so we know who are the applicants of the RDP houses. Anyone who gets a house before you, when you were before that person, it's corruption and it must be punishable. Comrades, we want all the children who are here to go to school for free, because education is not a commodity. There must be a difference between bread and education. Bread is a commodity. Education is a right. You are born with it. It is your right to be educated. Why do we sell education if it's a right? Every child must go to school free of charge. When you are at school, the EFF government, and after 2024 election, must make sure that it provides shoes, school shoes to our children, school uniform to our children. All the books that are needed in schools must be provided to our children. Why are you saying children must wear school shoes and wear school uniform when you are not giving them for free? These people are poor. The school uniform today is very expensive and it has got VAT in it. Why must the school uniform have VAT to start with? Because children must all look the same when they are at school, and no one must show that he comes from a poverty family because he does not have shoes. Let all of them have free shoes. Let all of them have free uniform so that they all look alike and they don't display their poverty. Comrades, we don't want this feeding scheme that gives our children food that looks like it's rotten. Our children must eat a healthy meal. Our children must eat the food that are better than the food that is provided to the dogs of Cyril Ramaphosa. Because this thing that our children are eating at school is not fed to the dogs of Cyril Ramaphosa. Feeding scheme must be healthy. Feeding scheme must nourish. Feeding scheme mele ibe nenyama. Sidle inyama esikolweni. So that when we go to tertiary, some sugar daddy must not say to us, let me buy you a KFC, and you think KFC ki mayema. O swantsutswelle wija nama from high school. Rele fedi jo tse monate tse longor le rena ko malapeng a rona re a dija. You must hold a plate like this when they give your child food. Or ko bona how ka fa malema dijo tse o tla dija malema. If the answer is no, it means this food is not worth being given to my child because malema cannot eat this food. Comrades, every house here must have a running clean tap water. We cannot have our people carrying buckets. We cannot have water tankers bringing water to us. Because this water tanker, some of them, some at night, they use them for septic tank. They go around collecting sewer with these tanks. During the day, they come and give you water from the same water tanks that are used for septic tanks. So we don't want a truck. We want every house to have a tap water with running clean water. Not let Toti be kuluma ngombalula ati ai. You've got taps in your houses. What more do you want? We don't want taps. We want taps with running clean water because we deserve clean water. Balula doesn't have only a tap at his house. He's got a tap and a water. But he says we must accept only taps that are dry without water. Ward 13 must be an example of what a clean water looks like, because our people must taste a good governance with the EFF in Ward 13. Use Ward 13 to show our people what is going to happen in South Africa after 2024 next year. Comrades, there shouldn't be a road with a pothole here. Why? Because if you build a quality road that looks like the ones you build where white people stay, there will never be a pothole. Sarona dina le di pothole because bashumisha a cheap material. Because banana, they are doing it for cheap people. But when they go to town, they use the real material because there is for the white people. A rebatli di pothole, rebatla di tsila tsa quality, because there are not many trucks in our townships where you will say this road was damaged by trucks. It's not true. It has got a pothole because from the beginning you were building it for cheap people, because that's what you take us for. You use cheap material on us and expensive material on white people.